What's up, everybody? Circus here coming at you with the structure deck video. Man, this was possibly one of the longest times between a leak and release that we've ever had to endure. It was a full 2 days. I'm not sure how we made it this long without just losing our minds. But finally, the rise of Gaia is here. And Kamel,
I
now we know
yeah
what's in it, right? We only knew 4 cards before. Now we know
yeah
more.
we know a little bit more now, and it really looks like they just threw a couple extra guy cards at us. We did predict
Hmm.
right correctly. Of course, they had to give us Curse of Dragonfire as a reprint.
Okay, this one right here. Yep.
Gateway to Chaos Field Spell was reprinted as well.
Yep.
Figures as much. The other Gaia fusion monster, Sky Galloping Gaia. The Dragon Champion
Yep. There
was
it is.
reprinted. Of
Yep.
course, this one adds. This one does add a card that was not reprinted.
And what was that?
Spiral Spear Strike.
Okay.
Card's not reprinted,
Which one is that? Which one
but
is that? This one?
it is accessible via a skill.
Oh,
However,
okay. It's
but
not in here. All right.
you can go get it from somewhere. I do not remember where off the top of my head this from. We'll see later. It's in my one of my deck lists I got.
Okay.
And we do have a new card. It is not a normal because I have 26 of them. I have never seen this card before though.
What is it?
Celtic Guard of Noble Arms. I guess
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
probably
Which
from
one?
like one
There it
of
is.
it is the normal effect plus. I thought this was a new card, but
I have three.
I
I
guess
have three glossy, evidently.
I have four glossy, dude. So this card is a retrain of Celtic Guardian. That is a theme with this set of cards. When they were re-released in the TCG, a
Hmm.
bunch of Yami Yugi's original monsters were like remade, and that is what this archetype is. The Curse of Dragonfire is the retrain of the Curse of Dragon. The
Okay.
new Gaia is the retrain of Gaia. The new Gaia Fusion is the retrain of the Gaia Dragon Champion. So, it is a
Okay.
big theme.
All right. So overall, do you think this has got some good stuff in it?
Yeah. I mean, it's no. All
No.
right, I'm
Okay.
not gonna
Why
lie
not?
to you
Why not?
guys.
Why not?
It is bare bones. It's just Gaia. It's straight up just Gaia. In a lot of these other EX structure decks that we get, man, you can get some pretty nutty staple cards in some
Hmm.
of these EX structure decks. This one is one of the first where you don't get any. Even in the Blue Eye structure deck, you get Ultimate Providence, free to play, Fiendish Change, Shadow Spell, and Cards of Consonant. Excuse me. Yeah, you do get Cards of Consonants. What the heck?
Yeah.
Man, you get so much in some of these other structure decks. The value in this one compared to the other ones is quite low. Even the newest one, Stardust Nexus, Stardust Dragon, I would even say, just overall utility is worth more than this one. While they know that you do get what you need for the archetype to work, and that's good, overall you don't get much else. Some of these other structure decks, you get some pretty good World Legacy Clash, Power of the Guardians. I would have thought Power of the Guardians would have been a no-brainer for this structure deck. And, an equip spell that lets you benefit from attacking and gives you protection from destruction when you attack in. I thought that would have been a no-brainer to put in the structure deck, but
Well, I was gonna say, besides Power of the Guardians, what else would they even put in here though? Because like you named like the Blue Eye Structure deck, a lot of that's pretty obvious, and it's great old reprints, or they made them reprints and put them in there
mm,
that make the deck functional. But there's not much for Gaia in the game in the first place, though, right? So I mean, what would they even put in there? It'd have to be a bunch of generic stuff. The stuff that
well, a
made Blue
lot.
Eyes so cool, it was like archetype specific stuff that you'd have to go and dig for again.
Mm, Well, there are a lot of the retrain cards that I was talking about. This is a new term for me as well. I've never heard it before.
Hmm.
There were a lot of more new cards from that set that people wanted, and I think people feel like they got shortchanged. Even Spiral Fusion is not here. Of course, there is speculation we could get some more gas support in the upcoming box, but the fact is we got what we need in the structure deck, and that's it.
All
We got
right.
what we need to make it work.
Now you were able to scrounge up a deck list. We're going to take a look at that. So give us just a couple seconds here. We're going to get set up for that, and then we'll see what Kamel has cooked up for us.
Hmm
All right, now we're all set up here. And first thing I want to say is The deck came out like 2 hours ago, so this is a very early build. We're not telling you to build this. This is not the definitive one. This is just something Kamel threw together here, and he played a few times just against the AI, just to kind of get the feel of the deck. So, tell us a little bit about it, Kamel.
All right. Most important part of the deck is Treacherous Trap Hole. That's why I have it clicked, because you're gonna no. But essentially, we are utilizing the 4 new cards that we just got from the structure deck in tandem with a couple reprints, mainly the Curse of Dragonfire. Since we do not have a fusion spell for this deck, this is our de facto fusion. It allows us to fusion summon a fusion monster using materials on our field only. So we do have to have a Gaia and a level 5 dragon on the field at all times in order to fusion summon. So the easiest way to do that will be to activate your skill, the Dragon Knight's Path, which allows you to return 1 card from your hand to your deck to play the field spell, Galloping Gaia, onto the field. Now, Galloping Gaia is also in the structure deck, and it does have a couple effects. It lets you search for one of your Gaia the Magical Dragon Knight fusion materials when you have the other in your hand. So as long as you have one and you have Galloping Gaia on the field, you can always search for the other one.
Okay.
So once you have both these cards in your hand, if you are going first or you don't have any monsters on the field, which in this deck is going to be a common thing for you, you will be able to special summon from your hand Gaia the Magical Knight. This is your main summon, special summon for your first fusion. You special summon him, and then this allows you to special summon your Curse of Dragonfire from your hand right after that, and then you can fusion summon with both of them while they're on the field. And with the Curse of Dragonfire, you're able to make Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons or Sky Galloping Gaia the Dragon Champion, and more likely than not, you're not going to go for him, but he will search Spiral Spear Strike from your deck to your hand. And, this is pretty nice to have. It is just piercing damage, and then if one of your fusion monsters inflicts damage with this card's effect, you draw 2, discard 1. So it's just nice. For the times that you only have 1 monster on the field and your opponent can only establish 1 monster to kind of block you, this is nice because you deal some damage and you plus off of it. So,
well, here's my question.
Nice.
I watched you play a few times, and it seemed like you were able to do the combo pretty easily. Like you're able to get into a boss monster pretty quickly. Can you do it repeatedly? Kind of like with Resonators, you can just you do your 1 turn. If it gets blown up, you draw 1 card, and you're back in there, baby. You're back doing Resonator things.
Right.
Is that the case?
So that's the thing. That's the thing about this deck. It is a little different because once you do your first combo play, if your board state stays the same way and you have a monster on the field, you can no longer do the same combo that you just did because Gaia the Magical Knight can only be special summoned when you control no monsters or your opponent controls a monster with 2300 attack. Now, if they control a monster, if they summoned a strong monster in response to yours, and now they have one as well, now you can bring this out. But if not,
okay,
you are not going to be able to bring him out. You're not going to be able to special summon him. So that's where a couple of our follow-up options in the deck come into play. Notably, the new card, Soldier Gaia, the Fierce Knight. So this card is pretty unique. It lets you quick effect from the hand, tribute 1 dragon type fusion monster, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summon, you can target 1 attack position monster on the field, change it to 2 defense, and then you contribute this card, add 1 level 7 or higher warrior monster from your deck to your hand, except Soldier Gaia.
So in theory, you attack it, you pop 1 with the effect, reduce the attack to 2600, attack in, take something out, and then it's like he jumps off his horse, right? Or whatever. He jumps off his horse. Right.
He's like, I'm ready
Let's go.
to fight. No, yeah, he's ready to fight, and now he's abandoned his magic. He's just a soldier.
Okay.
Now. That's it. Right. He's just Soldier Gaia.
That's kind of cool, yeah.
He's on the field, and then you contribute him, and then you can add the Magical Knight back to your hand to start the chain all over again.
Then he gets back on the horse. He gets back
on the horse. Right?
Okay.
So it's pretty cool.
That
right?
is actually kind of cool, yeah.
it is a pretty cool gameplay loop there. So he is your main um, re, uh, recovery tool. There's a couple other cards that were already in the game that also allow you some recovery plays, so we're going to talk about them as well. We also have Gaia, the Fierce Knight Origin. I overlooked this card originally in my reviews, but I'm going to talk about it now because upon playing the deck, evidently this has some important effects. So this card can be treated as two tributes for the tribute summon of a warrior type monster. You can only use each of the following effects of this guy once per turn. You can send one level 5 or higher monster from your hand to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. During the battle phase, quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one monster on the field whose attack is different from its original attack. Its attack becomes its original attack. So,
Hmm. That's
this
interesting.
card is actually pretty nice for a couple
Okay.
reasons. One, Galloping Gaia lets you reveal a Gaia the Fierce Knight or search a Gaia the Fierce Knight. So this card is searchable and revealable by this card's effect because its name is Gaia the Fierce Knight. It is also usable as a fusion material for both of these fusion monsters because its name is Gaia the Fierce Knight. And if you need a recovery, and this is the big part about this monster. You can have a fusion monster out on the field and summon this guy. Now it's kind of slow, but you can wait a turn, summon him, and on your next turn, you can normal summon your Gaia the Magical Knight over him, and then you get his effect, and now you can have two fusion monsters on the field.
And then he can.
Without him, you can't make it happen.
So in theory, could you take the one that you can reduce the attack by 2,600, pop a card, and then you can eject that one from the graveyard and boost the attack back up? Is that the deal? Okay.
Yes, and however, keep in mind your guy will only be able to activate its effect again and lose the attack once this effect resolves. Right, so you cannot chain this effect then chain Gaia.
Oh, right,
and,
right, right.
so it will work. You will have to
Let the chain
give your guy
resolve and
attack
then.
points first. I
Okay.
do believe that's how it works. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So, Guy the Fierce Knight Origin, I do believe he's worth playing at 1 because if you need a recovery play later on, you can search him with the field spell and you'll be A-OK.
So it sounds like this deck has a few more tricks up its sleeve than once we originally thought, right? I mean, especially with all the event cards, the structure deck,
Right.
and then
Yeah, the guy over the years is probably one of the most slept on archetypes because we have gotten so many event cards scattered out, crappy SRs scattered out in boxes, in tandem with the Blackluster archetype. So there's a lot of hidden potential that, is in there.
and then the wish list, right? Everybody's saying the next box is going. There's just something else.
Yeah, we just got one more card.
Oh, what's that? Yeah.
Gateway to Chaos. Some people were mentioning this, and I figured we play it at 1 for when our field spell does get wrecked. When this card is activated, add a Blackluster Soldier or Gaia the Fierce Knight monster from your deck to your hand. And each time a monster is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can place a spell counter. And then you can remove 3 spell counters to add a ritual spell card. How nice. But this is just to search your guy.
I was about to say, yeah, half that you're not using. All right, so a lot of people are saying hopefully in the next box there might be one particular card, right, that would really boost this deck.
One particular card, but to be honest, people have been talking about some of the other cards from this resurgence of Gaia, if you will, as well. But
and what are those?
Of course. Well, firstly, we mentioned Spiral Fusion, right? This will allow you to circumvent using the level 4 Gaia monster that we just talked about to get 2 fusion monsters on the field. You'll be able to get as many as you want out because it is a fusion spell, lets you fusion from the hand as well.
Nice.
There is also the reformed version of the level 5 Curse of Dragon called Curse of Dragon, the Cursed Dragon. I'm not lying.
Oh my god. Come on.
And I'll just read it.
They're not even trying.
If it is normal special summon, you can add 1 spell or trap card from your deck to your hand that lists Gaia the Dragon Champion in its text. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one guy, the champion, in your monster zone, negate the effects of face-up monsters you control. Your opponent currently controls with attack less than or equal to it until the end of this turn.
That's not
Yeah,
bad.
whoa, that card is. There's no way that
Yeah,
card
that's
is
not
ever
coming.
coming to
Yeah,
Duel Links
it's
because
cool.
that card is overpowered. You
Yeah.
literally said negate the effects of face-up monsters.
Right.
Yeah, no way, dude. That's
Yeah.
not coming to Duel Links. But Spiral Fusion, maybe because it is now evidently solving a weakness for this deck, right? Your follow-up fusion plays are pretty hard and convoluted. There's
Mhm.
no easy way to do them. They're gonna take at least an extra turn. So Spiral Fusion will make it way easier for you.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see how this deck will do. I mean, we just messed around against the AI a little bit. I can't wait to see how it does on the ladder. What do you think? Do you think it's king of games as it is, or does it need a little help?
I think if your deck looks like mine, where Boogamoon MST TTH
No
is king of
problem.
games,
It's king of.
but if
Okay.
you are, yeah, what's up?
Well, I was gonna say a pure build like this. Is this what we're looking at, or do you think it's gonna be blended with a little Blackluster Soldier, maybe,
So
or do you think just something we haven't even
currently,
thought of yet?
currently, what I have been seeing are people mixing it with Malefics. I
Okay.
know, right? What the heck,
That's
Malefics?
what I mean. There's always something that comes out of like left field or whatever, and it's like, what is this? You
Yeah,
know?
of course, just real quickly, Malefics have to have field spells on the field at all times. You're gonna have a field spell on all times with this,
Hmm.
and of course BLS as well. You'll be banishing dark monsters from your graveyard, your old fusion materials. So yeah, that comes to mind. But of course, I know our wonderful viewers and commenters will have a plethora of ideas to share with us on the best way to play with this deck. So you leave in the comments what you think you're going to play with this deck, what you think the best way for it to be played will be, because I'm excited to see it in tournaments. I'm
Yeah, I am
excited to
too.
see it pop off. That's
Actually,
what I want.
after
More interesting decks like this.
well, it's funny because before we started doing this, Kamel's like, "You got the deck, right?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't buy it." He's like, "What's wrong with you, sir? Because you didn't buy it." After seeing Kamel play it and just talking about it here, it's exciting, man. So I'll probably pick it up, and hopefully something happens with it. I'd love to see it at least be King of Games worthy. That's a good standard, I think, because then you feel like if you did spend money on it, you can say at least I got King of Games with it, right?
Right.
It'd be
Right.
almost at the same time. It's like, oh, it'd be great if
This
it
looks
do
like a fun King of Games deck.
right.
To be honest, not every deck that comes out is fun in Duel Links. This one,
Could
it
be fun
seems
with
fun.
all the floating effects or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, it'd be cool if it did well in tournaments, but then no, it wouldn't actually, because tournaments take the fun out of every deck, right?
Oh my gosh.
they
Yeah.
just they just they just get it cut and dry
Definitely.
down to exactly what you need. It's ultra consistent. It's no fun to play against. So hopefully this just is a really fun ladder deck.
Yeah. So guys, let us know what you think about Gaia. I'm excited. I'm gonna be spectating it. Hopefully, people play it tomorrow in the tournament. Circus, close us out.
All right, yeah, let us know what you think. We're gonna get out of here, but you should get in the Discord, right? Because it's free. The tournaments are free. The new player help is free. This deck is not free, but I'm definitely gonna check it out. It's true. It's true. All right. We're going to get out of here. I'm Circus. That's Kamel.
Peace out, guys.
And we'll see you next time.